Well, this was a fun and interesting bonus XP weekend, but first I would like to give honorable mentions to kepi42 right here. He passed Leila former number one week record at on old school at a doing course. This year was with tickets, so we don't count this one. But this is the current rank one for Ultimate Ironman and Agility in old school RuneScape. So just wanted to give him a little shout out there because he did a good job on beating this record. So he's got the new number one week record. Um, as for bonus XP weekend here, hello, Rune Tracker. Big story with this one. So Friday morning. So Friday morning for me is when it started. Because I'm on the west coast of the United States, and so I get up. I had this all planned out. So I had 35,000 brine points saved up, and so that was just enough to get me 99 agility. So I had it all saved up, and I went in the morning, 2 minutes. I log in, hand them in, log out. So that jumped me up from 6.5 mil XP just before level 92, straight to 13.15 mil XP, level 99. So that was 6.65 mil XP gained, and that got me instant number one on this. So that was a little nice. Okay, so I was number one. I think it was like the second highest skill at the time, in terms of XP number. And then I went to work. I was like, okay, just eat very easy, number one. I come home from work, and I was still number one, which is nice. And then I spent the evening training further, and I got another 1 mil XP, about a little bit over. So I did another 5k brine points. Now all of this, I started this, which is basically 165k an hour, because the normal base rate for Flash Spider Factory is 82. So about double that would be 165. And so all this weekend I've been getting 165. You can see me down here right now at 11.5 mil. So I started at 6.65 mil. So this was about 5 mil XP gain this weekend. An actual training in the weekend. If you take away what I had banked beforehand, it was about 5 mil XP gained this weekend. So I trained Friday night, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. And each of those days, Saturday and Sunday, I did about 2 mil each, and Friday did about a mil. So, because I was working most of Friday. And yeah, so I started out number one, and then Friday night sometime. So you can see over here. So I had 665 at first. And this is what I got the first day. So I had 665 at first, and then another 5k brine points would have brought me up to 7.6 mil from there, because that gives 950k XP. And this girl, Sapphire553, she ended up passing me for a little bit that evening. She jumped up, so I was at 6.65. She jumped up to 7.4, and then like an hour later, or not even an hour later, just a few minutes later, she was at 7.622. So she was at 7622. And I was a little annoyed because I was planning to log out at 7600. And at the time, I was number one, and I was like, okay, I want a little day record here. And so I guess she ended up, I didn't know if she wasn't gonna be, but she ended up being done for the night. But I ended up doing another 100k after. So to do another 100k, because it doesn't fit perfectly into the 95 XP each Flash Powder Factory does, I ended up doing like 520 brine points. Then I went to Brimhaven, repeated obstacles a little bit just to get that perfect extra 100k there. So I jumped from 7.6 mil, which I did hand in, and then I went back and I did another 100k and jumped up to 7.7 mil. So you do the math on that, it'll actually all divide into 95. And then, so I go to bed, I wake up, because I went to bed back in first place. I wake up, I'm still in first place. Yeah, I was still in first place when I woke up, pretty sure. And then a little bit after that, as I'm up and in training, I got passed by, I think it was Kim here. Yeah, he jumped up just 9 mil. So he didn't just 9 mil all, sorry, all at once. Actually, he was like 6 mil or something at the time. And then he just jumped up like 3 mil. I was like, what the hell? So these people, they're getting insane experience. And so I spent most of Saturday number 2, behind Cam here, and I'm just watching everybody else get closer and closer to me and match me, and I'm barely ahead of them. And then by Sunday, I fell out. So I spent all Friday number 1, pretty much all of Saturday number 2 for the most part, and then number 3, on day number 3 Sunday, I just fell off the cliff here. I'm down at 25 now. So this is the end of the weekend. I'm pretty sure it's over. I mean, I haven't logged in to check, but I'm done in terms of my goals for the weekend. So I'm down to 25. That was a big crash. You see all these people above me right here? From like right here up. These people are getting like 500k an hour in agility. At least, well, some of them. See, some of them are actually like Water here. He's a friend. They're not even doing agility. See, these people that they did herb lore or whatever, and they had the Silverhawk boots, but they got so much XP per hour from that I couldn't even match that. I was like, well, what the hell? And see, like, here's the Zema down there, Sobel Sander. Yeah, these people aren't doing agility. They just ended up getting all this agility XP anyway. It's fucking ridiculous, this game. The Silverhawk boots. But no, the people who actually did do it, like Sapphire here, yeah, she was getting 500k at least per hour. I'm sitting here getting 165k. I'm like, well, what the hell? I can't compete against this. And there's nothing I can do, even with that banked XP I started with. So ultimately, at the end of the day, I went from let's even click on this here, and then view user page. So I'm at 18 mil now. And I was at 6.5 mil when I started. So that was a big jump. But in terms of banked, I had 13.15 mil after I used what I had banked. So that was a 5 mil gain there. But yeah, it's been nice. Kind of weird and creepy to get such fast XP. So fast. So I've gotten so I did 5 mil in about a little under 2.5 days. I've done not even, it's actually slightly less than 5 mil. That's kind of like the gains I was getting when I did my 60 mil a month all those years ago. So I don't know. I didn't see that. Jebrum, what was that? IV, I think I did on that account. Yeah, so this one. And then click on agility. I lost that record. I wonder if it saves on Jebrum. I hope I didn't lose my record. That would suck. Well, it's not saved there, but I know it's definitely over here. Okay, here it is. I don't know if you can see that. Way down here, bottom right, 60 mil. So, that I was pretty much doing 1.9 mil a day. So this is actually about 5.5 mil stored up, 4.5 mil stored up. So it's 55.5 mil was my actual month record. But anyways, during that month, I was getting pretty much every day you would see on the tracker 1.9 mil XP gained. So it kind of reminds me of the gains I was getting back then. I actually played less hours this past weekend than I did then. So 165k per hour is what I was getting this weekend. Back then I was getting 107k, so I'm getting 50% more XP per hour this weekend, which, well, probably playing 50% less. Not 50% less, but a third less. So, whatever. So basically, I'm saying I've been getting 165, and I've actually been getting 165 at Flash Powder Factory ever since I came back from old school, which was, what was that? Was that July, June? I think I came back June. Um, so when did I get crap? I don't even know. I want to know this now. I don't even think it's gonna load. I don't know. Whenever I came back to old school, I mean to RuneScape 3, I I'm losing my jacket thought here. Back. Uh, so they had this summer aura in RuneScape 3 where I guess for the summer once a week you can hand in well, I mean, you can use this aura for like 2 hours or something. You get double the experience, and you can use this once a week. So, what I ended up doing, I explained this in a previous video. I ended up doing a little, let's see, you can see it right here. See 10 mil. Here it is, a little 10 mil. So I ended up doing 10 mil all at once on Gem of the Fourth. I finished up that last 10 mil, and that was all at 165k. As well as this account because I ended up, you can use it once a week. Obviously, this one I didn't use it once a week. I was banking, and then I used it all at one time. So Flash Product Factory, it got nerfed. It used to be 107k, and then it got nerfed down to 82k. But in that nerf, they also made it so that you can get bonus XP there. And so basically for the last 25 mil or so XP, I've been getting double. I actually got the factory outfit twice, so just getting a factory outfit twice made me lose about 2 mil XP. Just too much potential agility XP. I gave that away to get an XP per hour bonus. Essentially what it was. Just a slight boost to my XP rate. It's like getting a little outfit or something. It just helps you at Flash Product Factory get a little bit more points. It's not a huge boost. Anyway, I did that, and so about past 25 mil or so. I mean, I don't know if you want to take discount the time I did at Flash Powder Factory. They're just getting the outfit. I mean, that would lower the rate from 165, but if you didn't discount that, that would still be a high rate, a fairly high rate. But after this weekend, I'm done with the 165 because no more bonus double XP or whatever. And so from here on out until the next Jagex event, whatever they do, it'll be 82k an hour. So you average that out, it should probably get down. So I don't know, like if I do like even if it's half and half, and I don't think it's going to be half and half, it's probably going to be lower than that. But even if you assumed half and half, so 165 plus 82, and then divided by 2, that's still 120k an hour. Actually, when Flash Powder Factory first came out, it was about 120k an hour. But ultimately, I mean, my goal, my XP rate as I'm doing this one build agility goal matters greatly to me. I mean, I don't want it to be too high. I certainly want it to be, because I want my goal to be respectable. I certainly want my last 200 mil to be respectable, and I'm doing Flash Powder Factory all the way. And so Flash Powder Factory, very active course. Not even a course. It's like Brimhaven Arena, so you got to go chase arrows. Very active, very complicated to get good experience there. I mean, you got to know a lot, and so it's nothing like Heffen course. It's nothing like Silverhawks or whatever. I haven't touched Silverhawks. So I love Flash Powder Factory, and I certainly think it's the best agility content in terms of just content, even excluding any experience. If you actually just look at the content itself, I think it's like the best thing out there for agility. So I absolutely love the place, and I'm finishing on my 200 mil, my final 200 mil there. So I like to be fully transparent with you guys. I want you guys to know exactly what I'm doing, how much I'm doing, what I'm doing, so that you guys can be the judge of whether or not this is all a respectable achievement. So ultimately, at the end of my whole one bill, I want to keep my average XP rate down under 70k an hour, about 70k or less an hour. Right now, it's been I haven't updated it for this recent bit. Let's see if I can find it here. So my computer's acting slow right now. It's like desktop. Desktop. Um, agility time. Okay, so this is the file I used to track it. I haven't updated it recently, but I'm gonna update it actually right now. Actually, after I get back from work, I gotta go to work after this video. But this is what I used to track my time here, and so I'll update this after work to take. So right now it was last updated at 800 mil. So you can see 800 mil. So I'll update this after work because I'm changing my XP rate after this, and I want to make sure I get everything from both pre 99 and pre 75 before I got the flash drive factory as well as after. So I'll update this. But basically, I'm still at about 65k an hour. I don't know how much. Maybe this last batch of 18 mil, I guess 17 mil XP, and then I don't know, maybe this will raise it up to 66k. I don't think it'll raise it to 67. We'll see after I do the calculations here, but I mean it'll keep it low. And I want to keep this maybe 70k at most. I mean, I don't want this to really go higher than that. So I'll be doing 82k for a while. Just ultimately, so by the time I get 1 billion agility XP, I can go back and say, hey, I did this at 70k an hour. I know all around me there's huge content that's getting 500k or 300k or whatever an hour in agility, and there's all this content you get 100k plus or whatever an hour in agility, but not even training agility. You do some other skill. I mean, you get all this XP. All these people getting all this bonus XP. I don't want that. So I want to be able to go back and say, hey, I went and did agility the slow way. Hey, I did all this. I did it the hard way. I put in the work and the effort, and I mean, look at this shit. I mean, this advanced Bob was 72k an hour when I did all this. I mean, this was a little bit over 60k if you're doing optimal, but I was pretty newbie back then. This was when I first began agility, so I repeated obstacles to make sure I got perfect zeros every time I fell. I did lots of XP race here, so I got a little bit less than 60k, ultimately. And then Flash Powder Factory, I when it first came out, I did a little bit and I got 120k an hour back then, and then they nerfed it, and then I was gone for a few months and came back later after I figured out a way to get 170k an hour there after the nerf. This one was 62k an hour. This one, because I didn't have any gloves at the time or whatever, and I was doing this 1 to 99 agility, I mean, I spent most of this getting 38k an hour. I also had 2 mil before on the one general. So that was actually with gloves on the Jebin the first. Sorry if you don't know, the one general was my first account. This one was like 68k an hour. This 54k an hour. I did this mostly. This was I did this back in my very first 99 from like I think it was like 80 to 90, no 70 to 70 to 90. It was 70 to 90. I did this, and then in old school I did this to 99 agility from like I think 73. Wilderness, I'll have to update this again because I did some wild for this last account. But Wilderness is well, what was that, like 48k an hour? It really depends on the time. But so this is mostly I did wilderness getting 99. Every time I got 99 agility, I had to do some wilderness course, so that's where that one came in. I love doing lots of other courses. I do a lot of agility. I've done a lot of agility pyramid. I've done a lot of various little courses. So this is all those little slow courses that just added up to 3.7 mil and whatever over the years. Werewolf course, I did 2 mil there. Werewolf course back in the day. I used to be good at that. Bandos, when that first came out, that was fun. That was 69k an hour at first, and then they nerfed it down to. I have the XP rate jotted down for what it was after nerf. It was like 45. I got to look that up actually, but Bandos was a fun course to do. That was fun. Nobody uses it. Nobody uses it anymore. Nobody does anything with it, but that was absolutely a little fun course to do. That would have been nice. Circus I used to do once a week many years ago, and over the years I guess that gave me 2 mil XP. Head to Head was a stupid little racing card game. I don't know. I don't know. It was once a day daily, so I bothered to do that, I guess. But the pits were too frequent for me. I was like, no, I'm not doing the pits every 35 minutes or whatever it is, 40 minutes. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I skipped the pits actually at Barb. Never did them. Squeal of Fortune. That was many years ago as well, when you log in and the stupid thing pops up and it won't go away. I mean, you can exit it out, but for the day it pops up for the day, and so I just did the spins, and anytime I could, just to get rid of it, as long as like 2 spins a day or something, I don't know. And any of the small or large lamps or whatever, I kept track of that and whatever. So it was enough to get me 2 mil XP. But I mean, ultimately, some of this, I mean, I also did, so this is my official total. I mean, I did XP past 200 mil. I probably did like maybe, I don't know, I guess 5 mil. I'm not sure, but on Jebum after I get my first 200 mil, I did like maybe like 5 mil XP past 200 mil just for the heck of it. I was at the time I was doing Brimhaven on my second Jebum account, and and I was going for 1 to 99 agility from obstacles at Brimhaven, and I didn't want to ruin that by going a barbarian course at any point on that account. So I went oh, sorry, I hit my mic. I went to do a barbarian course on my first account. So my first 200 mil, I didn't really do much barbarian course. Only at the very end, and then like for the last like 15 mil XP, 20 mil XP, I don't remember. And like 2 days after I got 200 mil, they boosted it. They changed Barbarian course, and then ended up boosting from like 69k to 72k an hour. What they changed is they allowed that diagonal climbing up to work, and then they changed something else at the end where you jump down. But that ultimately, I mean, that increased the experience slightly, and it changed the feel and style of the course, and actually added a new trick there. So I like that update, and I liked it so much that I wanted to go practice it and get good at it, and help others. I also did that to help others, and I did it to test others. So at the time we were because I ran an agility community, so we were testing people, see how good they were, if they could actually perform that diagonal consistently, and so we would actually do like little race tests and stuff. And so I was constantly going on my first German account there just to do that. And I wanted to be good at that myself. And actually, when I first started the 1 bill goal, so okay, here's dates. Here's 800 mil. Okay, so that was July. So I came back to RuneScape to get 790 mil. Okay. So when I first started, God, I lost my train of thought now. I was gonna, I don't know, I was gonna say something. So when I first started, oh yeah, okay, now I remember. So when I first started my goal here, so let's see, it was first gonna be, it was first 200 agility. So when I got 99 agility, I was like, I'm all set. I'm all ready to get 200 agility. I'm gonna go for 200 agility. I was planning on like, I think it was 15 mil per month, and I'll get it in a year. I mean, that's what was going on in my head. And at the time, nobody had ever done 15 mil a month. So I mean, that was big goals. And I got to 200 mil, and then I started the second Jebum account, and I was like, okay, well, Squish. I had first few things. One, I had always wanted to do Brimhaven. I had wanted to do like 100k tickets at Brimhaven, just and go in and sneak up and get a huge rank. Just get a rank and sneak up on someone. Just take their rank and jump up 10 mil XP. I just wanted not even 10 mil. Let's see, 35 mil or something. Yeah. So just to do a surprise, because I was very competitive at the time, and I wanted to get up and jump up in rank. I never had the opportunity to do that, and so that, plus with the fact that Squish had actually done a whole bunch of Brimhaven, and she was unofficially the #1 because she had all this banked up XP while she was 99. So she had like not 99, 200 mil. So she had like 200 mil agility XP plus 60k tickets at first when she first got 200 mil. Then she afterwards brought that up to over 100k. But I wanted to legitly, kind of quote legitly, I guess pass her, and so we're both 200 mil, and she was doing Brimhaven still, even at 200 mil, and so I wanted to do it on my second account. As I started my second account, I was like, okay, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing here. I had maybe like 400 mil at first as my goal. I wasn't quite sure. I was like, okay, I had been thinking about one bill for a while, but I was like, okay, let's just start 400 mil. But like a month later, I said, okay, I'll just do one bill and then head in, full head on. So I went in, I did Brimhaven 1 to 99 agility from just obstacles. So she did Brimhaven, so I was like, I have to do Brimhaven if I want to pass her there, kind of like legitly in my mind, just to make it fair, because I love being fair and honorable in that regard. And so I did Brimhaven. I didn't bother getting requirements for the gloves or whatever. I was like, I just want to do agility, and I want to do all that other shit. And so that actually slowed me down a bit. But so I did Brimhaven, and I got about 30, almost 30. I think it was about 30 mil XP there. So it was about 14 mil off obstacles, and then another 16 mil on the tickets afterwards. So I handed in 50,000 tickets. So that was like actually exactly 16 mil XP, and so I did my record back then, my big barbarian week record, and blah blah blah. In the same week I handed in the tickets, so that's where that like 26 mil week record you see is. 10 mil at Bob plus 16 mil in tickets. But anyway, I where am I going with this? I'm going. I was saying that, but I passed her in that week also. So when I handed in those tickets, I jumped up from I was like 20 mil, I think. Yeah, it was 20 mil. I handed in the tickets, jumped up to 36 mil. So it was 20 mil by then because I had done some barbarian before I handed in the tickets just to get good at it, practice and be ready for my record. And then I handed the tickets. I jumped up, took rank 1 agility in my head. That's when I passed and took rank 1 agility when I passed Squish, who had it in tickets banked. And then so from there is kind of when, and I've been number 1 there. And then so my whole point with all this is I had done Brimhaven, and I loved all the slower courses, and I loved being the best at all the courses, not just the fastest course in the game. And so what I had always wanted to do was do 1K hours at each course. And I was like, yeah, if I do 1K hours and master each course and be the very best at every single course, and I figured that would be 1K hours. In my head, what mastery is when you can get the max XP rate, like consistent perfect laps with ease without having to think about it, whatever. It's just muscle memory. You can go into your little trance state and you'll still be getting max XP rate. That's what I consider mastering something. And so I wanted to get into that kind of state for all the courses, but I was thinking I was just so for until my 300 mil, that was what my mindset was. And so I went to advanced barb, and I hadn't done 1,000 hours at that place yet, so I was to do my 1,000 hours, and then at 300 mil my plan was to go to Skull Bowl course, which was like extremely slow. So Skullball, that's that place that's right next to the werewolf course, and it's actually in the same basement as that. And so that I was fascinated with that place because that was I mean that required so much skill to go fast at that, and I'm obsessed with just the skill aspect of agility and in terms of what you can do with that. And the micro efficiency. And so you got to look at every tick and which it was a big puzzle, and you had to figure out the big puzzle in Scrollball to get the fastest speed. And I wanted to master that. I wanted to be able to do that with ease, something like nobody would do. I mean, that's why I did the challenge like a couple of years ago, and someone got I think it was like 139 or something as a time. I don't remember what it was, 137 maybe. And so I mean, I was fascinated with that, and I wanted to be able to be the best there. I figured I was already the best at the werewolf course. And so I basically wanted to do 1K hours at each place. So after 1K hours there, I was gonna do 1K hours at, I think it was werewolf and wild, and I just wanted to get all this time in at these places. And I eventually I eventually just took a look at I just did some calculations in my head, and I was like, ugh, after some point, and I was like, yeah, this is probably not gonna work. especially the slower courses, it would have taken way too much time. So basically, I had a choice where I had to choose: do I want 1 billion agility XP, or do I want this 1K hours at each course thing? I was actually gonna do like 500 at lower gnome and lower bob, just because I figured since advanced bob I can probably cut out those super slow ones. But since half the course you're already doing it for the advanced portion anyway, right? But anyway, I was like, still, it's gonna take. I think I came out with a number like 13,000 hours, which is funny because I'm almost at 13,000 anyway. But I was like, at the time, I was thinking this is way too much. It would completely I wouldn't have time to do one bill agility. I mean, I think that was just to get that 1,000 hours. Yeah, 13 different courses, so or 14 different courses and 1,000 out of each, say 500 out of two of them. Yeah, that would have been like 13,000 hours, and then I still only would have been 600 more agility XP because of such a slower XP rate. And I was like, yeah. So I wouldn't have even had time for finishing one bill. And I already publicly made out my one bill goal and whatever. And so ultimately it was like, yeah, I don't know if I kind of want to do that, especially since, I mean, recognition for the achievement is very important to me. I mean, it's a huge motivator, and I don't think people would have appreciated or thought about it as much if I had done all the super slow stuff. But ultimately, what I decided to do is keep on just keep on with my one bill goal, but supplement it with a lot of slow stuff. So not necessarily 1,000 on each course, but I supplemented it with some fairly slow stuff. I mean, a lot of updates have come out over the years here. I'm going to exit this. A lot of updates have come out over the years. Agility, especially in the past year, agility has certainly skyrocketed in XP rate, but I've definitely I've wanted to maintain my rates. I've wanted to keep it low. So I mean, 70K an hour by the time I finish one bill is what I hope to have. I don't want it to really get higher than that, but um, I hope to keep that up. So. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Just this video ended up being longer than I expected it would take. I miss these records being at top. All this. Look at all this shit. These people get insane XP rates, and so I mean, from here on out until probably the next, I would imagine next double XP weekend in March. I think it's March. Or it's February. What do they do it now in February? Yeah, no, I can see. I click events. Let's see. So they've been doing it. Past few years it was February. It used to be March, and then they did it 2 years later. February, October, February, September. I don't know. So sometime next spring, I would imagine they'd probably do it again. So next 6 months, I'll be doing 82K an hour. Um, so I mean that'll certainly not raise my XP rate very much, especially over all the XP I've been getting. So I'm at 818 mil agility XP right now, if that wasn't clear. So I don't want to get this necessarily too fast because I've got my plan on having it at the 10-year mark. So I wanted to get it 10 years to the date, probably to the second. If I can get it to the second, that would be nice because I got it 1 p.m. Eastern time. So maybe I can get it to the second. But want to get 10 years to the date. I got 99 agility. So that'll be about 2.5 years from now. So over the past 2 years, I mean, I don't know if it still holds up for the recent time, but generally over the past 2 years, I've been getting 50 mil per year, like 52, about 50 mil per year. That was at old school though, and I was getting 62K an hour. So I mean, 82K an hour plus some 165K an hour. I mean, so 2.5 years normally at 52K an hour, 62K an hour. From the rate I've been doing for the past 2 years anyway, that would not make it in time for the one bill, but a little bit faster. Plus, if I pick up my pace, I should be able to make it. But obviously, I don't want to pick up my pace too much. Not that I have a choice really, because I'm working a lot now, so I haven't really talked about my job yet. But that's for another video because actually I have to go and get ready for work. But I'll just say I'm a software engineer and I'm working on a big flight simulator. So it's these model aircraft, these radio-controlled aircraft. So these things cost like can cost like $1,000, $2,000. I mean, it depends on the model you get, obviously, but they can be a bit expensive. And if you crash them in the real world, they're gone. When they're gone, you gotta fix them. They gotta cost money. If you can fix them anyway, they cost time. And so both newbies, people just learning, and even pros who want to practice stunts and whatever they want to do, they use the software that our company produces. They've been producing this for like almost 2 decades now, but they use the software and which is supposed to simulate and model the real world physics for these model aircraft. And so that's what I work on. I actually work on the physics engine, moving over the aircraft physics code, all the different components and stuff. I'm moving over all that from their old engine to their new next generation physics engine that we're making. So it's a fun job, and I'm definitely glad I have it. And so yeah, I don't know. I can't really say too much more because NDA. But yeah, I've got work. So I have to be there in an hour. I guess I got a shower I need. So I'll stop the video. And I'll upload it. And yeah, just hello YouTube, hello RuneScape, and I love this weekend. This weekend was fun. I haven't done kind of serious games like this in a while, so it was nice to actually do that again. And I talked to a lot of people over the weekend too, so that was nice. And yeah, Kepi, I had a good chat with Kepi this weekend. I've had him at it for a while now, but I haven't really had a good talk with him. So Ultimate Iron Man. Ultimate Iron Man is another story. I love the concept of do-it-yourself scaling. Absolutely love it. Really wish I could have done that more. But yeah, here's me at 99. Just this was actually multi-logged while I was doing old school earlier. So I don't count this as my one bill. But yeah, this is my stats right there. So 71 crafting. And 99 agility. But anyways, you've probably seen this in other videos. Anyways, I'm out. I gotta go get ready for work. Thanks for watching. Bye.